I apologize in advance. don't don't blame us for what's about to be said, because
shutting down the Facebook Live. And you can go continue watching what we're discussing on our YouTube page, JMW Fitness. Make sure to like and subscribe. Get all regular updates of any new shows, workout videos we post. Our special guest, y'all recognize him.
You know who it is.
Palmery the Great.
Palmery the
P.
Cruiser.
Diddy. Puff Daddy. P. Dizzle for Shizzle.
My nizzle.
Yo.
The investing extraordinaire.
Wizard.
Ain't nothing he don't know. And if he don't know it, he gonna know it soon. Because he's always thirsty for knowledge.
That's the truth.
We all should be thirsty for knowledge.
Hell yeah, he definitely about to drop some dimes. He was dropping dimes. I had to stop him. He was dropping dimes before we even started the damn video. So save that. That's good material.
Yeah. Real good material. Well, with P, when you're around, you always got good material because when you're in that field or if anything in general, you start living that life.
Yeah.
So you start to become second nature, and then you start dropping bombs, wherever you're at. So
And as they say, he's about that life.
yeah.
He is. You can't be around him without. He literally is so passive aggressive with the shit. If you ain't invested, if you see him on a regular basis, you feel like a total asshole. Yeah. I promise you. Straight up. I promise you. And on that note, we're going to let him take it away.
We're going to let him take over the finances. Well,
if I didn't say this before,
what's the best thing right now for everyone to do in the pandemic, P?
The best thing for everybody to do is make sure that they're taking care of their health.
100%.
Because the pandemic is attacking your health.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take care of yourself, it don't cost you no money to go for a walk.
Right.
Put the soda down. Drink some water.
Ooh.
Stop scrolling and get some sleep.
Damn. I might not have to be the asshole this show.
Tomorrow's Friday. The Hennessy family has more than enough money. They don't need any more of your money.
Shit. Cold-blooded.
So let's start right there, right?
Bang bang.
But I do wanna say thank you to you guys, both of y'all, right? Because I'm working out with you guys now, and I appreciate you guys motivating me to get big, so to speak, or stay dangerous.
Stay healthy.
You're already big.
Stay dangerous. You know
trying to keep you healthy.
Stay strong, man. Stay strong, because these are some really strange times.
Yeah, most definitely.
And so a man should be prepared to defend himself and his family at all times.
I believe in that 100%.
Good point.
And a man should be financially, fit. So when a pandemic rolls along, maybe it doesn't disrupt his entire life. Yeah.
Damn, you preaching, P.
You so funny.
We should have had a Cash App collection plate set up for the night.
As a matter of fact, do you know your Cash App by heart?
What do you mean?
Do you know your Cash App cash tag by heart? Damn.
JMW Home Fitness.
Go look it up right now.
My phone recording.
Oh, okay.
I'm off the hook.
So listen. Nah. I want you to be on the hook. So Jamel took it upon himself, and Danny took it upon himself, because I know Jamel ain't set up all this equipment. I know he did. I love you, Mel. I love you, Mel. But audio visual does not look like your strong suit.
Bro. Listen, I stick to what I know.
Yeah. So having said that,
oh shit, yo, I'm
so having said that, right? I'm gonna say this: if y'all appreciate the effort and time and energy that these fine gentlemen are taking this evening, send them a Cash App so they can buy more stock. Send them a Cash App.
P, I ain't begging.
No. It's not about that. No, it ain't about that. Ain't nobody begging here. Listen, you cleanly shaven, you know what I'm saying? You don't look destitute. You ain't got no dirty clothes.
Yeah.
And I've been talking to you about stuff, so you got some returns. So, okay. I was about to say, yeah.
Got some money in the market.
But the point I'm trying to make is that's a new behavior because we're at the start of a new decade. So that's a new behavior that we should be picking up. So if somebody like Jamel and Danny are, putting their energy forth, let's return the favor and say, as a thank you, hey, listen, guys, here's a small cash app, buy some more stock. Because that's what Jamel's going to do. Because now I done turned Jamel into a stock evangelist now.
He's hooked. He's hooked.
Right. I done turned him into a stock evangelist now.
Oh, man.
And that's what I want to do. I want the light bulb to go off for your audience because I want them to become motivated for a short-term period of time so they can potentially become permanently lazy because their investments are now taking care of them.
That's good. I like that.
Right? So we're at the beginning of 2020 and a half.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like a 13th month of 2020 right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we're in 2021 for real. But at the beginning of 2020, the government announced that they were giving a stimulus check. Mm-hmm. And the stimulus check, correct me if I'm wrong, was $600 or $1,200.
I forgot. I think it was 12.
Okay.
I thought it was 6, 12.
Okay.
So I even heard 2.
No, this one coming up is 6. The one before was 12.
I heard it was even two grand.
Okay. Well, $2,000 is the latest round from Big Daddy Trump before he went AWOL.
Yep.
Womp womp.
Yeah. But $1,200 is what they were given initially, and if you on extended unemployment, they were giving out, I think, another $600 a week.
Yeah, an extra $600.
Right. So
people make more money sitting at home doing nothing than going to work.
Right. But sadly, the corporation saw y'all coming. So when they gave the $1,200 initially, if you notice, they rolled out with a TV that was $1,199, $1,199.
Yeah.
So they saw y'all coming. They also released a new iPhone around the $1,200 stimulus.
So people got that. People got what they claimed they needed.
Right.
And acted like they didn't fucking need it.
Right. But now,
got rid of it one fell swoop.
What I want everybody to get, and I'm going to say this from the jump because it's very important. If they had taken just out of the $600 a week, pick a number. $300 a week, right? If they had took the $1,200 as an initial investment and then taken $300 a week, which would equate it to another $1,200 for the month, right? For 1 year, at a flat interest rate of 15%, with a variation of 2% in case there was fluctuations in the market.
Yeah.
In 2021, they'd have $15,000, $15,780 right now.
Instead of an $1,100 iPhone that ain't gonna be worth shit by the time you get rid of it.
Right.
Y'all heard that Facebook and YouTube land? Are y'all picking up what this fine young man is putting down? That's what old school players used to say. We're gonna hip y'all to some game tonight. My father used to say that shit whenever I was doing something stupid growing up. Big shout to my father.
Yeah, we gotta get him down here.
Oh God, yeah.
I wish he could sit next to me.
We gotta get him.
Yeah,
I wish he could sit next to me right now because I was speaking to your father.
Absolutely, and old school players be like, "Yo, son, you picking up what I'm putting down? Y'all need to be listening to this shit." Because here's the thing, right? Before you continue, all this shit sound boring. It ain't sensationalized. You know, we ain't got nobody twerking. There ain't nobody booty clapping on the goddamn video. We ain't got no Hennessy. But this is shit that's life-changing. You know, these minor little steps and little changes. I always say, if you want to change your life, change your day-to-day habits.
That's it.
And that's exactly what this man is talking about from a financial perspective. We preach that from a health and wellness perspective. If you want to lose weight, guess what? There's no magic pill for that. There's nothing that you can do tomorrow that's going to magically get you fit. You didn't magically get fat. You work hard at that shit. You in and out of them drive-thrus on a regular basis and ordering rib tips from the goddamn Chinese restaurant. That shit took consistency. And the same consistency it take to get your shit out of hand is the same consistency it take to get it back where it need to be.
No doubt, right? So to speak to what you're saying, a lot of people, we're at the beginning of the year, and a lot of people are doing goal setting, right? Mm-hmm. And Elon Musk, who we were talking about earlier, who as of today has been declared the richest man in the world, as of today, surpassing
Jeff Bezos.
Bezos,
JB.
Right? So
Mr. Amazon himself.
Yo, Jeff Bezos, the only dude that I know that got divorced and got richer.
And didn't have to kill him. Sorry, that wasn't funny. he ain't had to break out the white Bronco and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
if he did, if he did, would he get into the morgue in 2 days prime?
Probably. Oh,
damn! I'm just kidding.
You worse than me. You a Christian. You ain't supposed to be talking like that. I'm not, so I gotta pass.
Christians kill too.
Oh.
We ain't ready for that. We're not ready for that conversation. We're not ready for that conversation. You know, I'm sure there was some Christians at the Capitol Hill rioting yesterday.
Oh, absolutely, there were.
In the name of the Lord.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, man. Elon Musk talks about goal setting, and he says a lot of people set goals for 10 years, and when they really should be taking their 10-year goals and trying to figure out how to accomplish them in 10 months. Damn. I'm gonna say that again. He says, for the people who are setting goals for 10 years, they should really take those goals and figure out what they got to do or take massive action so they can condense that time frame into possibly 10 months at best, right?
Yo, I just saw a video on him today. Mm-hmm. I was watching. Yo, just to let y'all know, and I'm being real with y'all. If you open your mind and allow good people to come in and have an influence on you, the shit is life changing. You know what I'm saying? Like, P been yelling at me about investing for a long time now. I ain't even gonna tell you how long, but I just started doing it in the last few months. Yo, I've already had a pretty good return, and I'm slowly but surely becoming a student of it. You know, like Rome wasn't built overnight, but I'm constantly picking his brain. I'll shoot him a message here and there. We at the gym and I'm asking him questions. You know, and so I was watching videos on Elon Musk earlier today, and he was talking about, I don't know if it was like a snippet of what you were just saying, but he was saying how everybody's so afraid of hard work nowadays. And he was like, people are sitting and they're afraid to, just work their fingers to the bone like old school cats used to do.
Right.
And he was like, if whatever your goal is, if you got the same goal as somebody else, and you working 50 hours a week and you think you putting in serious work, that's just 10 hours beyond what the normal work week is. And the other cat is putting in 100 hours a week. At the end of the year, you will be nowhere near where he is.
He was doing 90 hours a week. He was sleeping at the Tesla plant.
Crazy.
If you didn't know what he looked like, you wouldn't be able to distinguish him from any of the employees.
Wow. People
quit under his direction because they couldn't handle the workload. But one thing he didn't allow was anybody to outwork him. And just to touch on what you said, you got to be coachable, right? So you said I talked to you for some time now, but it's like your ears were ready to receive what it was that I was saying, right? And so you got to be coachable. We all got to be coachable, because the only way I've amassed any information that I have to share with everybody is because I was willing to listen when the information was being dropped.
Gotcha.
You know me a long time, and some of your viewers might know me a long time as well. And this is a story that I tell. It's an embarrassing story, but I'm not afraid to tell it, because I want to save young Jamel from making this mistake, and I want to save my children from making this mistake, and everybody else's children who are watching this from making this mistake. So when I was in high school, my brothers, that was the male influence that I had, my older brothers.
Yeah.
And back then, I mean, it's still to this day, it was take your money and get fresh, right?
Of course.
So we got to get diamonds, jewelry, and very expensive European clothes.
All the shit that don't matter.
Right. So I started getting a little money at 16 years old, and I went down to Jamaica Ave, and Iceberg was popping back then. And so I went like a big old fool and bought a $125 Iceberg T-shirt, made by it was by Iceberg, and it was a Pink Panther T-shirt. And then I couldn't just have the T-shirt. I had to have the button up. So the button up was $370. Okay? And I couldn't just have the button up because I had the T-shirt and the button up, but you can't wear that with Levi's.
Yeah. So you gotta get the Iceberg jeans.
So no, I didn't get the Iceberg jeans. I got the E-Diesel jeans because these ain't diesel. These is E-Diesel.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I spent $5 and change on those. And then you can't just wear those with no dusty Uptowns, right? I mean, not even Jordans.
Of course.
So I went and spent $900. You heard me right? $900 on Iceberg Bugs Bunny boots that look like Timberlands, like a big buffoon. And I say all that to say this: if somebody would have grabbed me at 16 years old and said, "Yo, P, don't spend that on that one fit," right? And then you know how the hood works. You wear that one fit. If you wear it again within the month, they're going to drag you as if you didn't spend $2,000 on this outfit.
Exactly.
And they be the people dragging you that don't got a pot to piss in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyhow, if somebody would have grabbed me and just got me to invest in just Apple, do you have any idea? Do you have any idea what that would be worth today?
Yeah.
Just take a guess.
No.
Throw a number out.
Well,
20 years, $2,000. $2,000.
$2,000.
Small money. That's not a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
Over 20 years, no other contributions. So no more contributions. Just one purchase of Apple, $2,000.
$2,000 in 2000.
Yep. No wrong answer. Just shoot.
$250,000, $250,000.
Danny, what do you think? $250,000, $400,000,
Probably 400.
$617,000. $617,000.
$2,000 back.
Yep, not including dividends, because when he started, because
How
the
long
company.
ago was this?
I was 16 years old, so it's 20 years
20
ago.
years ago?
Mm-hmm. 20 years ago. Yep. And I remember running up and down Jamaica Avenue, buying clothes from the Arabs, and you know what I'm saying, spending my money with the jewelers and doing all that craziness, right? So a $2,000 investment in Apple would be worth $617,000, not including dividends.
Would the dividends add that much to it?
The dividends would, because when Steve Jobs died, the iPhone, I think when Steve Jobs died, it was the iPhone 3G, I believe.
You asking me? You know I'm an Android.
No, it was later.
It was later. It was
that
the
cat
5?
over there.
Was it the 5?
It might have been the 5.
See, he's an iPhone. You see, this is what I'm talking about, man. You keep good company. You got Apple products.
So what? You say he the audiovisual guy because he's an Apple guy?
No, I'm just saying.
I'll be a little smarter, right?
No, I'm just saying you're not coachable. That's what I'm saying. You're just not coachable. Like, I mean,
damn, Pete.
You know, like, listen. You just
words, son. Like, I gotta wear a bulletproof vest with Pete.
Yo, you just not coachable. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen.
You just said I was coachable.
Like, if we doing legs and I start doing curls, you gonna be like, yo, bro, I just explained to you.
Yo, we love you, LeVar, but he good for that shit. We doing fucking squats. He over there doing hammer curls and shit, overhead extensions real quick. Pump them arms up.
But you know what? At least Var's in the gym.
Hey, yeah.
Work.
We miss you.
Yeah.
No, actually, it was the 4S.
You know, Grizzly Bears hibernating.
See my fact checker. See what I'm talking about? You know? Yeah, during these times, you got to fact check. You know what I'm saying? Because Big Daddy Trump out here spitting lies. But anyway. So.
Yo, he is throwing. I can't even say subs. He's just saying this shit tonight.
I'm just saying it. I'm not afraid.
He's just saying
what I'm saying. But, yeah, man, $617,000.
That's crazy.
No dividends. Yeah.
So how much would you estimate the dividends would have added to that total?
I haven't calculated that, but dividends are paid on a quarterly basis. So you figure a $2,000 investment at that time would have been.
So that's 80 dividends over the course of 20 years. Am I right?
Yep. 4 dividends per year, 20 years. Yeah, 80 dividends. 80 payments, 80 payouts. Okay. Right, so you figure Apple was trading split adjusted. Apple was trading split adjusted, and I think around 30 cents a share.
Whoa.
At that time.
Whoa.
At that time.
Taliban time out.
What's up?
Did you just tell me
Split
that
adjusted.
Apple was trading split adjusted for 30 cents a share?
This was not too long ago either, was it?
No, it was 20 years.
20 years
ago.
Mm-hmm.
30.
They had another split, didn't they?
They've had several splits.
Oh, they had several.
They've had several splits over the years. Oh. Yeah, they've had. I think they've had a 7-for-1 split at one point too.
Damn.
Yeah, Netflix too.
Wow.
You know, but yeah. So that would have been 8,333 shares, something in that neighborhood. You know, my math might be, because I don't have my I don't have my chart screen in front of me and all that stuff. Okay. My math might be off, but I know the number's correct. $617,000 is what it'd be worth. $2,000. And that's all that matters, because there's not many of your viewers walking around with liquidity of $617,000.
How old are you now, Pete?
37 last I checked.
37.
Yeah.
37?
37.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So 20 years ago, how did you get the mindset to...
Oh, I didn't get the mindset to invest until I came into the business. You know, I'm a financial advisor by trade.
How long ago was that?
I've been in for 12 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started investing 12 years ago?
For clients. I wasn't even investing for myself 12 years ago.
How long until after you got into the business that you started investing for yourself?
My third kid. So my Jason is now 8 years old. So yeah. So when I had my third, I was always doing the 529 plan. Yeah. So I was always doing that, because I was like, I ain't gonna be that dad, shows up at student aid day, I ain't got no money saved for the kids, and then no, I didn't want to be that dude.
Exactly.
So I've always done the 529 stuff, but in terms of like really, really taking it serious, is when I started to look back at some of the companies I was buying for clients.
Yeah.
And I started to look back, okay, I sold them, and what they would be if I just continued to hold them, right? And one in particular was Ulta Cosmetics.
Okay.
So that's a woman's cosmetics makeup. Salon, right? So they have a salon you can actually go in.
Oh,
right?
It's a salon and makeup.
Yeah, salon and makeup, right? So my first purchase of that coming into the business was $11 a share, and today it's at $300, I believe. $295, something like that.
Holy shit.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, that's a whole lot of makeup. But it correlates, because I'll tell you why. If you look, Ulta and their business took off in correlation with social media. And when social media and the whole selfie thing took off, right? Selfies, social media, going live on Facebook and all that stuff. Women
while doing their makeup,
right? Or YouTube, rather, all of it. So YouTube, the whole digital side of the business. When that took off, Ulta took off, because you couldn't catch a woman caught dead without having their face beat, so to speak. That's what they call it, right? But in seeing that, I'm like, damn, what if I had put my money, my paychecks, into there? And it never dawned to me. And I'm in the industry, and it never dawned on me, because they didn't really discuss that at home. And at work, they didn't really pull us to the side, even though we were handling client funds. They never pulled us to the side and said, hey, take 30% of your paycheck, and buy yourself some of the stuff you're selling.
Yeah.
They never did that.
Yeah.
So it just kind of dawned on me, and I'm like, now I buy every day.
Yeah.
Every day money comes in, I buy. Because for me, the bank is not paying me anything.
Do you do day to day, or you focus more on the long term?
I focus more on the long term these days, because I plan on being here a while.
Yeah.
And that's the thought process. It's like, I ain't going nowhere.
So you don't want it right now?
I'm not looking to be a day trader. I'm not looking to do any. I'm looking to find good companies that I want to partner my money with.
Yeah.
That's really what it is, right? Warren Buffett, your audience, at least I'm sure they've heard of Warren Buffett, right? Yeah. But Warren Buffett
worked for him.
Really?
I met him a couple times.
Doing what?
Geico is owned by Berkshire Hathaway, which is owned by Warren Buffett.
You should have told them to pay you in stock.
He needed the money right now, though, right?
The A option of that stock back then was like $87,000.
It's $350 now.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's big
That
bucks
shit was
now.
like $80,000 a share, bro.
So what about this Bitcoin?
Bitcoin.
Oh shit! Look, he's salivating now.
Bitcoin is the.
You saw that?
He looked like the werewolf just walked in Little Red Riding Hood's house and shit.
Well, you know what it is. You know what it is with Bitcoin, man. It's strange because
That's the hype, right?
I wouldn't necessarily call it hype. There's some strange things that have happened just in the last year, besides COVID. You know, look at all the money that our government has injected into the money supply. Right? Yeah. All this SBA money, all this EIDL money, PPP money that's forgivable, right? And they literally increased the money supply by 25%. So it's like taking a pitcher of lemonade and then pouring 25% more water into it and saying, here. It's lemonade still, but it don't taste the same.
Yeah, that shit diluted.
It's diluted.
And that's sugar water.
And that's exactly what's happening with our dollars, right? So $100 in 2020, at the beginning of 2020, today in January, is probably only buying $85 to $90 worth of goods, even though the $100 bill still says $100 on it. Right. Hyperinflation is taking place right now.
Damn.
And we don't even know it. It hurts, bro, because you gotta.
My fucking stomach hurt.
I've read a report. You ready for you? You said I made your stomach hurt?
I don't want to hear.
I read a report. I read a report that said within the next 36 to 48 months, your money is going to be worth half. Well, and that's why Bitcoin is taking.
Eventually, over time, the dollar bill is going to
be. It erodes due to inflation.
Yeah. So
did you just say my dollar gonna be worth 50 motherfucking cents?
It's the shopping cart test. Watch this. It's the shopping cart test.
Oh, I know that test.
Eventually, it's gonna be worth nothing.
I remember what $100 used to. When I was a kid, I remember $100 would fill up the damn shopping cart.
Right.
I went to BJ's 2 weeks ago, called it my light shopping week.
Yep.
Shopping cart wasn't even halfway filled, and I spent about $200-something on like 6 items.
Yeah. Yeah,
7 items.
So there's think about it. Think about it this way. You remember when COVID first took off? Yeah. You remember what happened to the prices of meat?
Yes.
Oxtail, Jamaicans a bomber clot. Yo, what? Oxtail went through the roof.
Lion is ready.
What? Oxtail shot through the roof, kid.
Tight. I know them fucking steaks I be buying.
Shot
salmon.
Through the roof.
Salmon, a big ass piece of salmon I normally get fresh caught from BJ's.
Mm-hmm.
That shit normally like between 17 and depending on how big you get it, $17, $23 maybe.
Yeah.
Yo, there was a point that shit was like 30 beans.
Yeah.
So $30.
Let's not get away
for some damn salmon.
Yeah.
Because he asked a really important question. He said, "What about this Bitcoin?" Right.
Uh-huh.
So.
But what I was saying is, eventually the dollar bill is going to be gone. There's going to be no.
They've been saying that shit since we were kids. I don't think that's going to ever happen.
I don't know that, but I'll tell you this. We are going towards a cashless society.
Mm-hmm.
They took away the toll bridge.
I remember watching The Current Affair with my grandmother when I was like 7. And it was like, eventually, all your money's going to be on this one little card, meaning your debit card. Yeah. And, yo, we 30 years after that, and we still got cash.
But Mel, in the grand scheme of things, that's a small period of time. Mel, I mean, 30 years ago, you ain't had no Cash App.
Yeah.
With your audience.
10 years ago, you ain't had no goddamn Cash
That's right. So you're talking about a situation where it's happening. Actually, this fast-tracked it. COVID fast-tracked it. So you got Cash App, you got PayPal.
COVID fast-tracked a lot of shit.
Right.
Horses. Finish feed my back.
Listen. My relationship got stronger in COVID. Thank the Lord.
That's good. Yo, man, that's because
you know what I'm saying?
You and Daddy don't even count, man. I love you motherfuckers, and I aspire to be like y'all, but y'all make me sick sometimes, too. So,
yeah.
Try to get my personal life in order.
You better get it together, man. You got to be coachable.
Hey, yo, matter of fact, you're right, and I am. I'll tell you something funny, right? On some real shit. I got like sidetracked real fast. I was just telling somebody recently about, and this is why I know it's some real shit. I look up to this motherfucker when it comes to like family and all that. Mm-hmm. So, in particular with his marriage. So one day, I forget how long ago it was, I get a phone call, and it was Danny, but it was from a different number. So he's like, yo, I'll just give you a call, let you know I'm on my way to the gym. And I was like, motherfucker, I know. Like, we go to the gym same time all the time. And he was like, nah, but I'm not going to have my phone. So I was like, well, whose phone are you calling me from? He was like, I'm leaving it with No, he did call me from his phone, and he told me that he was leaving his phone with his wife. So as soon as he said that, I was like, I need to get my life together. I don't think I've ever been in a motherfucking relationship where I'd have left my phone at home, son. Like,
That's another level.
Yeah.
Son,
That's another level.
I almost wanted to hug this motherfucker when I saw him. I was like, yo, I need to get, he said that shit. I looked in the mirror, because I just got up from a nap. Y'all brushed my teeth for me before I left. I'm looking in the mirror myself like, you filthy fucking animal. Like I just felt, I'm looking at this dude like, I give credit where credit is due. You know what I'm saying?
The strongest relationships have the highest level of communication.
Word.
The weakest relationships have low levels of communication.
Yeah.
So I say this, right? I talk to mine as often as she'll listen.
Yeah.
I mean, I leave my phone. If most people, when I'm going back and forth on the emails, they talking to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
It takes time.
Yeah,
it don't
damn
grow,
sure does.
It don't grow overnight.
No.
I know.
No.
We put some work in for that
No.
relationship, and every relationship has ups and downs.
Absolutely.
And you come to a point where, you know what, I'm just gonna leave my phone home.
Yeah. It's like, fuck it. I'm tired of the bullshit. Let me just get my life together. You know what I'm saying?
It's all right.
Throw this little black book in the garbage.
But let me get back to the Bitcoin, because we're gonna run off, right? So in 2020, I'm not gonna speak so much to Bitcoin, but I'm gonna tell you my experience with Bitcoin and companies that are involved in Bitcoin as far as investments are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
So early 2020, a CEO, for the sake of this program, I'm not gonna name the name of the company or the CEO, right? But the CEO approaches his board and says, "Listen, guys, we've got $600 million in cash, and Wall Street is not giving us credit for this money. So we don't really need to deploy it right now because there's nothing we see that we could buy for $600 million that's of value to us, right?" So the CEO approached the board and said, "Listen, guys, I have an idea. I want to buy Bitcoin." This is in the beginning of 2020. "I want to buy Bitcoin." And they said, "Hell no, absolutely not. It's too risky." So he gave a presentation of presentations, because I'd imagine the presentation was pretty extensive to convince a board to deploy $600 million into Bitcoin.
After they said hell no.
But he gave the presentation because he's the CEO of the company.
Okay.
So he gave the presentation, and then he said at the end of the presentation, anybody that doesn't want to go this course, I will do a tender offer and buy your shares out at a premium to the current price in the market. So let's say the company, for argument's sake, was trading at $80 a share, right? And he says, "I'm going to give you guys 90 or 95." And whoever took it, he took those shares in. So now he gets their control, their ownership stake, right? Yeah. And then he says,
he was passively aggressively getting rid of those that resisted
because they're in his way.
Exactly.
Because, and what that tells me is, sometimes even though they're with you and you're the leader, you're in a leadership role, their vision and your vision may not align, and you have to be brave enough to say, "Listen, this is the direction I'm looking to go. You can get on board, but I'm going, or you don't have to get on board, but I'm going in this direction. I'm giving you an opportunity to make a decision, but I'm going in this direction." So I respect that man's vision.
Of course.
So he got rid of everybody he needed to get rid of, and then took $600 million and bought Bitcoin at 1/3 of the current price. And then went in the market and did a secondary offering, which is basically raising money from public investors, saying, "Hey, listen, here's another 10 million shares or whatever it is. You guys can buy it at this price." And he raised another $600-700 million, and then proceeded to buy another tranche of Bitcoin for a total of close to $1.3 billion worth of Bitcoin at 1/3 the price of what it is right now.
Crazy. So everybody said that. Everybody said that. So right now he owns
the company owns.
Well, the company,
because he took the company's cash to deploy into the company.
So right now the company owns roughly $4 billion worth of Bitcoin.
They own 72% 2,000 Bitcoins.
But you said he spent roughly $1.3 billion at 1/3 the price.
Right.
So when that triples,
right,
he owns $3.9 billion worth of Bitcoin.
That's correct. Without a calculator, yeah, that's about right. Mm-hmm. Right. So what do you think that does to the company's stock price?
His company's stock price. It goes through the roof.
Right. And that's exactly what's happening. So in talking with clients, I'm like, listen, guys, I can't buy you because it's not a security. Bitcoin is not a security.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
can you explain what exactly it is?
So what Bitcoin is, it depends on who you ask. Some people will say that Bitcoin is a store of value. They'll say that Bitcoin is a reserve treasury asset, right? And the reason why you get those people that'll say that is because the way Bitcoin works. So it's a digital network. It's borderless. And what that means is if you're in Jamaica, right, and you're in Puerto Rico, and you build a business for 30 years and you sell it for $10 million, and Puerto Rico uses US dollars, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to Mel. You're in Jamaica and you sell your business for $10 million after 30 years, right? And now you've got your 10 million Jamaican dollars. So you think you've arrived, right?
Yeah.
But check it out. The government starts doing some crazy stuff and the value of the currency goes down through no fault of your own.
Yeah.
So now your $10 million of Jamaican money can only buy $2 million worth of products and services because a box of cereal is now $75.
Yeah.
You follow? You sold your business a box of cereal with $7, right? But it's gone up tenfold because of hyperinflation.
Exactly.
So hyperinflation is the invisible thief that nobody knows is even there.
Which is what you're saying is going on over here a little
Right.
bit.
And so I'll take it a step further. You send money from Jamaica to him in Puerto Rico, and when he converts that money into US dollars or Puerto Rican dollars, he's gonna lose some of the money in a foreign currency conversion.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? He's gonna lose that money. Bitcoin, you in Jamaica,
everywhere.
It's the same money everywhere. There's no borders. There's no central government saying, print another 100,000 coins.
Yeah.
It's a universal way of paying for goods or whatever. And
But my question is, how does that convert into real life value? Like, case in point,
How valuable is it to be able to send $10 million to somebody and not have to deal with all the craziness that comes with it, with converting that money from Venezuelan dollars to US dollars or whatever have you?
I get that.
Right?
But what's the transitional phase of that money? Meaning, maybe I'm saying it wrong. If Danny's in Argentina and he sends me, for whatever reason, business transaction or otherwise, $10 million in Bitcoin, how does that become $10 million in American US dollars?
You have to cash in your Bitcoin. You'd have to sell those Bitcoins on the open market.
Oh, so it's only through the market.
So you got to look at it this way. You can take your US dollars and go to a currency, like, you know, when you travel to the airport,
yes,
they have these currency places to exchange currency.
Yeah.
You can exchange it for something. Money is a medium. Okay, so when I say money is a medium, I wanted this can of seltzer water. Somebody made the product, right? They made it because they want some money. I want it, so I know I got to give them money to get it.
Yeah.
So that's the medium of exchange that actually causes us to do business with one another. Otherwise, we would just be doing the barter and trading, still trading spices.
Yeah. Give me some
right?
skin.
Spices
Give me
and
some
minerals.
lamb skin, and I'll take these, bushels of corn or some shit like that.
But check this out, even a step further. When you're talking about U.S. currency as a medium of exchange, that's how the government is able to track and tax. What are they gonna do? Tax a sheepskin?
Yeah.
What are you going? Oh, listen, I bought that sweater for a 5-inch piece of sheepskin. Now you got to give 1/4 inch to the government.
Exactly.
It don't work.
Yeah.
So to make it so you make it at scale so that everybody can transact. It has to be
a uniform or
it has.
The only way to
system.
cash in is just to put it through the system, though.
But the beauty of it, yes, but the beauty of it is that it's borderless. That's huge. Number two.
So Danny sent me $10 million in Bitcoin. I have to then sell it on the open market.
If you want to turn it into US dollars.
And then get it to US dollars that way.
But why would you? But if I just told you that within 36 to 48 months, experts are saying that your money, due to hyperinflation, is going to go down. Your buying power. So you got $100 in cash.
Yeah.
That $100 in 2020, let's say it was buying $100 worth of product. In 2021, it's only buying $85 worth of product. My barbers, like, I'm paying 24 shape up now.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? We're talking inflation now.
Yeah.
So barbers,
We be getting haircuts for $10 as kids.
right? That's inflation, and people are not understanding it because they don't teach economics at length in school.
Yeah.
But this is very important for people to understand, because if you come face to face with your money and you come face to face with money as a concept, you can get it right, right? So peep this. You shop at Walmart,
Yeah, from time to time.
that's a family business.
Yeah, the Walton though.
That's a family business.
Yeah.
Wells Fargo, anybody bank there? Somebody in your audience bank? That's a family business. JP Morgan Chase, that's a family business, right? Tesla is a family business. So these companies, you can invest in them. They're family businesses, right? But they're really like from a legacy standpoint. You're talking the Walton family has been around for 2 generations, I'd imagine now, right? Ford is a family business, right? The Chevrolet family, that's a family business. So as far as exchanging your Bitcoin into US dollars, some people you talk to would say, why would I ever want to change my money?
But my question is, how do you utilize it if it just stays?
If it just sits in there.
As a medium of exchange? You want to buy something, you're going to have to give up some coins to get it.
So if I want to buy a house,
You could somebody will sell you a
Bitcoins.
house for you bet your bottom dollar.
you want to buy a car, you could use
will
Bitcoin
find
to do
somebody,
all of that.
You
can use Bitcoin on your day-to-day life,
yes.
going food shopping and buying gas.
one
and-
Bitcoin-
Maybe
it
not
depends.
at scale, right? So maybe not at scale. Meaning, like, okay, I go to the store and I want to buy this seltzer can. You know what I'm saying? The Apple Store may not take the Bitcoin from me, but that's what Cash App is aiming to fix. That's why you can. That's why you can buy Bitcoin on the Cash App. So the CEO of Cash App, he went and bought $50 million using the company's money, $50 million worth of Bitcoin to make available for people like us on the Cash App to transact. Because it's like, hey, if I get these people exchanging for products and services and they say, yo, Mel, I'm going to pay you in Bitcoin.
Okay.
Why the fuck not?
I'll take it.
The more normalized it becomes, the more lucrative it is for the people.
It has to be adopted by the people.
Of course.
Cash was adopted by the people.
Yep.
Yo, all right, podcasts and cameras and smartphones didn't exist back then, right?
Right.
But when the US dollar was first introduced, I imagine it was rejected. Dudes are
Absolutely.
like, what is this white man's face doing on this piece of paper? Talking about, it's backed by gold.
Yeah.
That
Back
was-
then it was backed by gold.
That was the bait and switch.
Yeah.
That's how they got you.
Trading your gold
Right.
for some money.
Right.
Material.
So you're trading in. So now, right? When
Back then, all the rich motherfuckers had gold.
But when COVID hit, what did they say? Oh, there's a coin shortage. So either use exact dollars or use plastic or electronic payment.
Yeah.
Right. So that moves the herd into a cashless society. Right.
The money's
The
disintegrating.
last frontier was barbershops and beauty salons. Because you go to the barbershop, you're gonna hit them off for $20. Yeah. But now my barber, he tells me 75, and my barber, let me just do a little endorsement. Prime Cuts Barbershop. You know what I'm saying? If I look handsome, Prime Cuts Barbershop. That's my man Charles Bellis. That's my bro.
Yeah.
So
Where they located?
he's in Lindenhurst, 463 North Park Avenue. That's Prime Cuts Barbershop.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice.
What was I saying? 'Cause I was
Bitcoin.
You
focused.
talking about cashless society?
Yes.
Using
The
cash
coins,
at
the shortage.
barbershop store.
Shortage
Yes.
of coins.
So now they say, okay, you got a coin shortage. Bring in your coins. Now you ain't got no coins. Now they got you in a system where you just using this to transact. It's already happening in China.
Yeah.
China, Japan, they're already they're not fully cashless, but these people have bank accounts on their phone.
Yeah.
And that's the actual aim of the Cash App. The Cash App is to turn this into a bank branch.
Right.
It's close.
It's happening already.
But these things
Close.
take
I can
time.
open an
though.
account and all that shit on.
Right, but these things take time. So when I put you on to the little squiggly line, right? And that's what I want you to tell people.
What? Said to me too.
The little squiggly
You had
line.
to dumb that shit down.
Yo.
Say, yo, hit that little squiggly line. Hit that little.
That's my language. You better talk to me like that.
Words. So I used to
Yo.
hit the little squiggly line.
That's my language.
And I was like, I could buy stock on this motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
Yo, straight like that. You know what I'm saying? And I say, yo, hit the little squiggly line and you can buy.
And I've been in that little squiggly line every goddamn week.
That's it. I bet. And you know what? If you hitting the squiggly line more than you hitting the dollar sign line, you're in the right path. Because that's the actual feature that we need to be focused on, not the spending. So rich people invest first and spend what's left. Poor people
Spend
first, and if there's anything left, maybe they'll invest. And when you do it like that, you're basically voting against yourself, because every dollar that you invest, you're voting for your future. That's what it's a vote, like casting a ballot.
Yeah,
it's a vote. Every time you make an investment, you invest in whatever it is you choose to invest in. I'm not telling anybody to choose any particular company, but anybody that invests, you're voting for your future self.
And what about penny stocks?
I stay away from them. I tell people not to say that there isn't.
Is it a good way to get started because it's pennies?
If you'd have talked to me
with the program.
If you'd have talked to me 10 years ago, I would have said yeah, right? And the reason why I would have said yeah was because a lot of people was like, I'm not buying Amazon because it's $1,500 a share. You know what I'm saying? And they weren't doing fractional share investing.
Yeah. Right.
But now they've eliminated any and all excuses. There is no excuse other than the fact that you could be destitute. Okay, that's the only thing I'm accepting.
Yep.
That you're unemployed, you ain't got a pot to piss in, and you destitute. Otherwise, if tomorrow's Friday, if you get paid and you don't buy, that's a choice that you make, right? But I'm saying it to say this. Investing has to become common practice, because my entire position where I'm at is a direct result of me investing. Like, for me to be able to go out and buy properties to invest in, buy dilapidated properties, buy investments that throw off dividends, buy investments that increase in value that I could sell for future gains, right? When you go to the bank, they want to see your personal financial statement. They don't want to see your closet full of Jordans and Nikes and Gucci. They don't want to see how many empty bottles of Hennessy you got in Ciroc. They don't want to see that. They don't care nothing about that. They say, hey, listen, man, you need this loan. We want to see your asset balance sheet. We want to see what you got. I'm telling you.
Right.
And then they say, oh, you got stocks? Oh, okay. You got collateral. Oh, the bank loves it. The bank loves assets. So if the bank loves assets, we should love assets. Right? Yeah. And a liability, no bueno. But back to the fractional share investing, I tell people don't even rock with penny stocks, or I really tell people just invest in what you know. Invest in what you know. Because if I tell you, you say you shop at Walmart, right? And you bought Walmart at this price, at say $150 a share, right? And then Big Daddy Trump comes out and says something silly, and the stock drops to $130.
How does that affect the stock market, though? I don't understand.
Because people get nervous. People get nervous about uncertainty, and when there's uncertainty, people think that pulling their money out of their investments is going to bring them safety.
But if you got a big company like Walmart's not going out of business tomorrow.
You know that.
Whether or not Trump says something bad or good.
I know that. But see, I take advantage of silly stuff like that. When it comes down in price, I pounce on it. I pounce on it like that salmon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, the salmon costs $10 a pound, and then Catrice go to the store, it's $5 a pound. We don't ignore the salmon and say, oh, something's wrong with it. We say, no. Buy it up. Yeah. Let's freeze it.
Yep.
because we got a savings right now. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people, own where you shop.
Yeah.
That's what you've been telling me.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Right?
That's a good way to look at it.
How can you go wrong? And then own where you shop, and then keep owning it until you stop shopping there.
Of course.
And then when you stop, maybe you can consider not owning it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so finances is one thing. Another thing we need to focus on in the community is life insurance, because that was a big thing with
all
COVID.
this COVID.
And so many
I ain't seen so many damn GoFundMe pages.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it to laugh.
It's
I'm
a
not
sad
saying it's
truth.
a joke.
Yeah.
GoFund. Yo, we got to bury him. GoFundMe. We need $12,000. We need $15,000.
Yeah.
Sadly, the GoFundMe people, right? Sadly, the person that needs a GoFundMe most likely has expensive European goods in their home somewhere. Sadly, more often than not. And the reality is, the worst part about it is that with COVID, if you tested positive, a lot of insurance companies don't want to give you insurance.
If you tested positive.
If you tested positive, because they're looking at it as a pre-existing condition now.
Yeah.
Because the
Life
insurance
insurances.
companies got blasted when COVID hit. All these people done passed.
Yeah.
Some of them had insurance. And the insurance companies are, I got to pay out how much? And you used to work for the insurance company, so you know their business model is to collect and pay out as little as possible. That's it. So you got a situation now where COVID caught them with their pants down. Century 21, the clothing store, they filed for bankruptcy because the insurance company didn't want to pay out on the claim. Century 21 filed a claim for like a disaster relief type situation. Like, hey, we've incurred a God, an act of God. Right?
Yeah.
It's an act of God. The insurance company was like, nah, I ain't trying to hear that. Nope. And that 60-year-old business filed for bankruptcy. So let me tell you, in reality, COVID is kicking people's butts, but COVID has destroyed a lot of legacies, bro.
Yeah.
So when I talk about family business, Lord & Taylor was a family business. That's an almost 200-year-old company. That's 3 generations destroyed.
Wow.
Crazy.
Easy.
Right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Lord & Taylor,
Yeah.
200 years in business, and they go down to COVID?
Wow.
Think of all the mom and pop businesses in the city.
All my business clients that shop at Lord & Taylor. Or used
I
to.
get my underwear from Lord & Taylor.
Nancy.
They're comfortable.
Jill.
They got
I ain't
quality
gonna name
material.
no more, but y'all two know.
They got
I
quality
seen
stuff.
more Lord & Taylor bags in your houses than...
Yeah, man. But insurance.
You know, you done been in their house.
Insurance is, and I don't. And listen, I'm not a licensed insurance guy, right?
Yeah.
But I'm friends with people who do insurance, right? Shout out my man, Big Mark Spence. He does insurance.
Nice.
You know, and the thing about insurance is, I like to look at insurance like this: for a small monthly fee, I can pass off the financial responsibility of taking care of my family to a major corporation. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Or some people say life insurance is the gift you leave behind for your family in your absence.
Yeah.
We are afraid of life insurance because you feel like once you get the policy, you're going to die. No, if you don't put the fried chicken down and the Hennessy down, you're going to die. Was that too
Yo,
much?
Pete
That was too much?
preaching tonight.
I'm sorry, man. That's too much.
Nah, ain't no sorry. We be
it's
saying
never
that
too
shit all
much.
the time.
It's not
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
Just right.
I think that financial literacy is so important, and the reason why I say that is, if we was financially literate from the jump, maybe we wouldn't have so many gangsters in the community. Because they'd have assets, and we know people with assets don't get violent,
Yeah. You got too much to lose.
right? But you in the hood, you ain't got no money, you ain't got no assets. You're like, what's the point?
As what Pete said, we used to kick ass together at the club doing security. And Pete said, I don't beat nobody up no more. I ain't losing my house.
I'm not laying a finger on nobody.
Yo, he's like, I got too much shit to lose. I ain't losing nothing.
I'm not touching nobody, man. Nope.
So by default, I don't own shit. I'm his bodyguard now.
That's
I'm
it.
His, I'm his
Bro.
pseudo bodyguard.
That's it. And listen, Mel still got it. You don't want no smoke.
Crazy,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Good.
What time you looking at, D? We just about time to wrap it up, right?
Yeah, we're about 55 minutes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last thing I would say to everybody, because we can't stay here all night, man. But it's like,
I'll be here all night. I live in this motherfucker.
Just treat if you're gonna invest, treat it like a bill.
Word.
If you're gonna invest, treat it like a bill. If I had to go back, that's what I would have did.
Yeah.
I'll be a lot further ahead if I treated it like a bill. If every time I got paid, I just went bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yo, and no bullshit, P. Like, yo, that's my ritual every Friday now. Like, I get up in the morning, my 2 direct deposits in that motherfucker, and I go and like on big pay weeks for me, I invest a little more. When I get paid just from one job, or if I got extra cash from clients and shit, then I'll invest just like a flat, or every other week. Like, I invest 1 week, I'll invest like a flat fee, boom. That's how much I'm doing. On the big pay weeks, when I got extra cash, I do it's like a floor that I'll do, where I do at least this amount. But if I got a few extra dollars, that shit go in there too. Because I have like a set amount that I do every other week. So so I put X amount of dollars in, and then I go pay my bills and take care, whatever shit the kids got planned, or they may need to take it care of. And then once all that shit is done, I got a few extra coins laying around. Yo, Monday morning, I throw more money in that shit. You know what I'm saying? And yo, I'm gonna tell you, man, it's like I forget what gentleman it was that I read this that said it. It may have been one of them books, Rich Dad Poor Dad or something, but
Robert Kiyosaki.
He said, success is never an accident, because what you do the most, you do the best. You know what I'm saying? So like when people sit and, like, I remember years ago, one of my favorite sales trainers, he used to say all the time, well, we were sitting in the cafeteria at work, and the U.S. Open was on, and Tiger Woods, they were talking about back when he was still in his prime, kicking everybody's ass, beating everybody, 10 strokes on the fucking, on the green or whatever it was. And everybody was like marveling at how great he was. And he was like, shit, if I was swinging a golf club from the time I was 3, I would hope I'd be pretty fucking good at golf too. And like the way he said it, it went over a lot of people's heads. But for whatever reason, all these years later, that shit always stuck with me. And it still resonates, because anytime people put in time to do anything and you really live that shit, you will become great at it. Now, the word great means different things to different people. You know what I'm saying? You're either going to be as great as you can possibly be, or if you have a natural talent for it, you'll be the greatest at, as far as who, everybody else is concerned as well. But at the end of the day, greatness is fucking greatness. Whether that's just you as an individual, whether it's locally, whether it's statewide or globally, at the end of the day, you will be the best that you can possibly fucking be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And everything in life is like that. It's relative. How often do I get questions about, yo, what's your secret? Working out and putting on muscle on. Man, ain't no fucking secret, man. I've been lifting weights since I was 11, motherfucker. Like,
yeah, you do
the
work.
If you wanted to get on board, then I'm not saying you can't start today and be better than, you can't be better, next year this time than you are today. But if you're talking about getting X amount of progress, like me or Dave that we have on the show, who will be doing another show with him in the next couple weeks or whatever, Dave been lifting weights since junior high school too. Yeah. So ain't no secret. Ain't no secret. I would hope.
It's just in y'all.
But I would hope if I do anything for 25 fucking years, I'm gonna be good at it. Yeah. If I'm not, then what am I doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is every day, every week, whatever it is, win those little battles. Because that's what is really gonna set you up for success long term. Like his favorite saying, low hanging fruit. The shit that's easy, do it. Yeah. The shit that's easy, do it. Cook your food instead of going out spending $15, $20 every goddamn meal. You have some money left over next payday to go and invest something. Right. You know what I'm saying? I cooked on Sunday night for me and my kids. Made a big ass pot of spaghetti. They just ate the last little bit tonight, or I think they got a little bit left for tomorrow. I mean, big thing of salmon, my eggs, my fruit and shit to carry with me for the week. Yo, we ain't spent $1 on food all week long. You know how much money that shit saved me? Me and 4 kids.
You know how much you know how much high blood pressure and MSG and unknown ingredients that saved you?
Yeah. So you're talking about it on 2 fronts, financial and health wise.
Health, yep.
You know, but those are all. But once again, Pete, think about it. That's a little battle behind the scenes that don't nobody see. Right. You know, so when people say to me, "Yo, man, I want to get in shape. I want to come train," or whatever the case is, you're not even willing to cook your own fucking food. Right. You know, so don't sit and say to me that you trying to come and do what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like what P is saying, the financial example of that. Yo, man, I want to get my money right. You won't even stop buying Jordans. You won't even stop going to buy $75, or $100-something bottles of white Hennessy every fucking week.
Yeah. Don't you love when you
How
see
much
those
are those bottles?
Don't you love when you see
Yo.
How much are those bottles?
Yo.
Damn.
Crazy.
Well, inflation probably.
Crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like your mindset, your mind is the most powerful tool you got. Because once you change your thinking, it unlocks damn near unlimited potential.
Everything changes.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll say that in closing. I'm through.
One last thing.
Yes, sir.
Mine's going to be real short. Greatness, I just made this quote up. So greatness happens when your consistency compounds.
Yeah. Yep.
Say it again.
100%.
Greatness happens when your consistency compounds.
There you
That's
go.
deep. Straight up.
For anybody that made it to the end with us, participate in your own rescue. Save yourself.
Let them know how to hit you.
Ain't nobody coming to save your ass.
Yeah, hit me up. You can get me at palmery.desir@gmail.com. That's my email address. palmery.desir@gmail.com. You could find me on Instagram, Desirable Assets, all one word. I'm not too active on Clubhouse, but I'm there. First name, last name. Yo, I wish I could get some shares, but ain't none available yet. But Palmery Desir on Clubhouse, Palmery Desir on Facebook, Palmery Desir on Twitter.
Yeah, everything's gonna be in the bottom.
That's it.
And the link in the bottom.
Yeah.
So.
And I'll have a special link at the bottom as well. If you guys decide to engage with me in other matters, I won't speak on what it is, but when you click on the link, you'll see what it is. And if it's up your alley, let's partner up.
Don't forget, follow us, like and subscribe on our YouTube page, JMW Fitness.
Share, tell your friends and family.
Yep, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell your friends about us.
All right.
If y'all don't invest after this tonight, Palmery has told y'all in about 30 different ways, in a very nice, cordial, respectful, intellectually engaging way, if you don't invest your money, you are a fucking asshole. That's what I'm saying. He just says it a whole lot sweeter. Hence why he's married and I'm not. He's a lot smoother than I am.
Well, I'll say this, right? If I talk to you about finances and you don't take action and I find out, you can never talk to me again.
And we out.
Peace.